Good afternoon, Kalispera. We have just arrived here on Sikinos, the penultimate island of my trip. It's a very quiet island compared to Agios, where we've just come from. It took 35 minutes to get here. I am just down at the port. I've literally just got off the boat. This is one of two resorts on the island, the other one being Chora, which is inland, but neither of them I think are particularly big. And I'm a bit early to check into my accommodation, so just got to hang around for a little bit. And gonna go and try and find some lunch because it is 12:30, which means it's lunchtime. So that hasn't gone quite to plan. I was intending on hiring a car tomorrow to explore Sikinos, but it was so cheap, €35, that I decided to take one for 2 days, expecting to take the car tomorrow, but the woman has given it to me right now. As I can't get into my room just yet, I have decided to drive up to Chora, which is only a 5-minute drive. It's like 1.5 miles. Really not very far because the island is not that big. So we've come up to Chora and we're going to have a bit of a wander around. Good evening, Kalispera. We are out and about again in Sikinos, up in Chora, and we're going to have a look at the monastery, Zoodochos Pigi, I think it's called. I don't know how you say that, but that's my best attempt. So there's not many tourist attractions on the island, and the monastery is one. It's up on the hill to the northeast of Chora. We've just parked up and we're now going to walk to it and have a look. Good morning, Kalimera from Sikinos. Start of our second day here. It's a little windy, hopefully you can hear me alright. The wind picked up overnight and didn't have the best night's sleep. You could hear lots of shutters and things banging around. So hoping the wind will die down, certainly on Sunday for my next ferry. We're going to go to Agios Georgios Beach. So we're going to take the car, just walking down from my apartment there, which is Aioli Apartments. Highly recommended, really nice apartment there, fully furnished, even has a washing machine, so good for someone like me that's been in Greece a while and managed to do some washing yesterday. But it's really lovely, very nice and clean, really nice owners. They came and picked my bag up from the ferry yesterday. They would have picked me up as well, but the room wasn't quite ready yet, so they just took my luggage. But it is still a nice and sunny day today, and we're going to head out to the beach now. just arrived here at Agios Georgios Beach, and there's actually a few other cars here, probably every other tourist car on the island. As I say, there's not really that many other places to go, so I imagine that everyone that's got a car and wants to relax for the day is coming here. But that said, the beach looks a reasonable size, so hopefully we'll be able to find a nice little spot to ourselves, and hopefully the wind won't blow the sand everywhere. So let's go and have a look at the beach and see if we can find a good spot for a swim. And here we are at the beach. It's reasonably nice, quite a largish beach. Sea looks okay, and despite the few cars, not obviously all that many people down here, so then we're going to set up the towel and enjoy some sun. That is the beach of Agios Georgios done. We're just going to take a little walk up to, there's a little church on the right hand side of the beach, so we should get some nice views of the beach from there. There is a little taverna down behind me there. I'm going to skip lunch there and head back to Alopronia, the port town where I'm staying, after we've had a look at this little church. But you can see the beach down there behind me. It's quite nice. There's some fixed umbrellas, not many of them, but they're quite large, so if you can get one, then you get some shade from the sun. Good morning, Kalimera again from Sikinos. It's my last full day on the island today, so we're now heading off to do some more sightseeing. I never made it to Episkopi yesterday, so we're going to give it a go today, even though it is apparently being renovated, so I'm not quite sure how close we'll be able to get to it, but we're going to go and have a look anyway. And just past there is a little church apparently called Agia Marina that you can walk to, so we're going to head to Episkopi and park there, and then take a walk up to Agia Marina and see what that's like. So as you can see, behind me is Episkopi, but as expected it is being renovated, so I think we're going to be able to get a lot closer and certainly not be able to go inside. But we're now going to carry on to Agia Marina Church. It's about 1.5 kilometers from here, so about a 30-minute walk, and I'm pretty sure it's up on the hill behind me there. And here we are at Agia Marina Church. I'm having to hide right next to it because, as you'd imagine, it's extremely windy. It's windy across the whole island at the moment, but on a point as high as this, it is even more windy. That was a fairly comfortable walk. It took about 20-25 minutes. Absolutely worth it for the views. I'll just give you a panoramic. It is pretty cool up here. I don't know if you can see Agios is there in the background. I think that is Fologandros behind me. So a nice little hike to break up the day. As I said in the previous clip, there's not a huge amount of things to see on the island, mostly little churches dotted around on the hillside like this one. So I'm really not sure what this place is. It kind of has an abandoned feel to it, and doesn't seem to be anyone else here, but we're going to have a nose around. Quite a big set of buildings, very visible from the main road. I can assume a lot of people stop and come and have a look and see what it's about, but it doesn't look in great condition, and yeah, it seems almost abandoned and a little bit eerie, so let's have a nose around. Hello again, so we are just walking up to Chora now. I didn't realise the main settlement inland is kind of split into two, so this bit where I am now is called Chora or Pano Chora, and the bit slightly further northeast where the tavernas and things are is, I think, known as Castro, although collectively I think they're sometimes referred to as Chora as one place. So haven't actually been to this part yet, so we're just going to have a little walk around and then hopefully find somewhere to get a bit of food. Good afternoon, Kalispera. We're down here on the beach in Alopronia, the main harbour town, and I've just spent a nice couple of hours laying out on the sand. It's a very lovely beach. This will probably be my last update for today. I've had a really good time here. It's nice to come to some of the quieter, more traditional islands, as well as the more well-known touristy ones. Do come here if you get a chance for a few days and relax and unwind and enjoy the traditional Greek experience. Good morning again from Sikinos, Kalimera. Our last day on the island today, and the ferry's not leaving till 2:45, so I don't have to pack just yet, and instead we're going out for a little hike. Got out the map and there's a beach to the northeast of Alopronia called Dialiskari. It's about 2.5 kilometers from here, so we're just gonna take a little walk to the beach and have a look at it. So as you can see behind me, we've just arrived at Dialiskari Beach. As expected, it is very small. There are a couple of people here though, obviously getting away from the crowds, found a quiet spot. So we're just going to have a walk down to the shoreline and see what it's like.